Hey there! We've got a hot topic to dive into today. Are we doing enough to guard the individuals responsible for educating our future generations? In this episode, we're addressing the escalating wave of violence and threats against our teachers. This issue, once just simmering in the background, has now reached boiling point and needs our immediate attention. Shockingly, a recent event in Las Vegas saw a substitute teacher caught up in a physical altercation with a student. Unfortunately, this isn't a one-off incident. It's part of an increasing trend of violence taking place in classrooms nationwide, causing a swell of concern. The urgent question ready to examine today is, are our teachers safe? We'll dig deeper into this vital issue in the upcoming scenes, so don't change the channel as we guide you through this complex conversation. First off, let's get real about what's happening. Violence against educators isn't a standalone incident or a random event, but a disturbing trend that's been on the rise. From a teacher in Texas who was assaulted by a parent over a mask mandate to an educator in Florida who received death threats for discussing historical events, the stories are harrowing and far too common. These aren't just isolated incidents either. A recent report by the National Center for Education Statistics revealed that during the school year, nearly 10% of teachers reported being threatened with injury by a student, while over 5% reported being physically attacked. Moreover, these figures only account for reported incidents. The true scale of the problem might be far more extensive. Teachers aren't just facing physical threats, but psychological ones too. The constant fear of violence takes a toll on their mental health, leading to stress, burnout, and in some cases, post-traumatic stress disorder. A study by the American Psychological Association found that teachers are more likely to experience workplace stress than other professionals, which can have a significant impact on their ability to perform their duties effectively. The consequences of these incidents aren't limited to the teachers alone. They ripple outwards, affecting the students, the school environment, and the community at large. Students who witness violence against their teachers may experience fear, anxiety, and a loss of trust in the education system. Schools plagued by such incidents may struggle to retain quality educators, leading to a decline in the quality of education. The reality is grim, and it's clear that we need to take action. It's crucial that we strengthen protections for our educators, not merely for their sake, but for the sake of our children, our schools, and our future. Some folks point the finger at schools. Let's see why. There's a solid reasoning behind this belief. Schools are essentially the primary setting where these incidents occur, and as such, they have a direct influence on the environment and the behaviors that are tolerated within their walls. Let's consider potential actions that schools could take. Firstly, implementing stricter rules and regulations is often suggested. A zero-tolerance policy for violence against teachers, for instance, may serve as a strong deterrent. However, rules are only as effective as their enforcement. This is where improved security measures come in. Imagine a school where security is visibly present, where entrances are monitored, where any signs of potential violence are swiftly addressed. This wouldn't just protect teachers, but would foster a safer environment for everyone involved. But while physical security measures are crucial, they are not a panacea. They need to be complemented by efforts to address the root causes of these issues. This brings us to another key action point: providing conflict resolution training. This could be for both teachers and students. By equipping teachers with skills to diffuse potentially volatile situations, we could prevent many incidents from escalating. Similarly, teaching students how to express their frustrations or disagreements in a non-violent manner could be equally impactful. Another aspect schools might consider is cultivating a culture of respect and empathy. This from the top, with school leaders setting the tone. It's about fostering an environment where every individual, student or teacher, feels valued and protected. On of these, schools could offer support systems for teachers who have experienced violence or threats. This could be in the form of counseling services, legal assistance, or simply a safe space to share their experiences. So the first viewpoint emphasizes the role of the schools in ensuring teacher safety. But as we'll see in the next part of our discussion, the responsibility doesn't rest solely on the shoulders of our educational institutions. But wait, there's another side to this coin. Let's flip it over. Some contend that the duty of safeguarding our educators isn't confined to the boundaries of educational institutions, but is a collective responsibility that encompasses every individual within the community. This perspective resonates all over, reverberating through every city and town. Parents are integral components in this context. Home is the initial learning place and parents the earliest teachers. It is within this setting that children acquire the principles of respect, empathy, and the understanding that every action carries a result. Parents need to instill these virtues in their progeny and work in conjunction with educators to consolidate them. This collaboration between parents and teachers can serve as a robust shield against violent tendencies. However, the circle of responsibility doesn't close here. Local authorities also have a significant role. They can foster respect for educators via public awareness drives, underlining the indispensable role that teachers play in sculpting our future generations. They can also implement stricter penalties for conduct, sending an unambiguous signal that such behavior is unacceptable. We mustn't overlook the general populace either. Every citizen can contribute to the solution, be that through expressing gratitude to educators, standing against violence, or merely propagating the ethos of respect. The aim is to establish a society where educators are esteemed, respected, and safeguarded. Why is this crucial? Because our educators are more than just teachers. They are mentors, guides, and role models who devote their lives to shaping young minds, to arming them with the knowledge and skills required to prosper in this world. They merit feeling secure, to be treated with dignity, and to receive the respect they so rightfully deserve. So, while schools indeed have a part to play, the onus of protecting our educators isn't restricted to school premises. It's a joint endeavor, one that calls for the participation of every single community member. This perspective implies that it's an issue that involves the entire community and thus necessitates a solution on a similar scale. So, we've heard different takes on this. What's yours? On one side, it's argued that the onus is on schools to ensure the safety of their educators. After all, these institutions are the direct employers of these individuals and should thus have robust systems in place to protect them. Measures such as enhanced security, explicit anti-violence policies, and effective conflict resolution training for both staff and students are suggested. On the flip side, there's the belief that the community has a significant role in the equation. Given that schools are components of the larger society, the attitudes and behaviors students exhibit in the classrooms often mirror what they observe and experience beyond school boundaries. Therefore, curbing violence against teachers may require a more comprehensive community effort, involving parents, local leaders, and possibly law enforcement agencies. Irrespective of your stand, it's evident that intervention is necessary. The escalating incidents of violence and threats targeting educators are distressing. These are individuals who commit their lives to molding our children's minds, to inspiring them, to assisting them to develop. They're deserving of feeling safe and respected in their workplaces. They merit our support. So the debate persists. What are your thoughts? Are we doing enough to safeguard our teachers? And if not, what actions should we undertake? We're eager to hear from you. Share your opinions in the comments below. Your perspective matters.